Hey guys, in this video I'm going to tell you about the deck I've been using for quite a while, and that is of course Durant. Durant is a very good deck in this format because of its attack, Devour. Just for each of your Durant in play, discard the top card of your opponent's deck, which is very, very good for decking your opponent. So basically, say they draw 7 cards for their hand and 6 surprises, it's 47 cards left in their deck, so it would take about 10, as long as you get every one of your Durants out immediately. Then that's about 10 turns of discarding, unless there's other things they do, like use, they draw cards, which they most likely will, because they're not smart. But yeah, this is the deck I'm going to be bringing to States, which is coming out. I'm also going to give some advice on States later in the video, which, it's going to be awesome. It's the first big tournament I've ever been to. Cat, no, not now. Okay, so I guess I'll show you Durant's stats before I go on to the other things. It has 70 HP, Devour, of course, Vice Grip, which could be used to kill baby Pokemon, or Tynamos, I guess. Pretty bad weakness to fire, which keeps this from being an amazing deck, or amazing card / deck, and a Psychic Resistance, which is fantastic in this format. So Durant is actually really solid. Obviously run 4. If you don't, you're a complete idiot. Never run less than 4. Next is Rotom. Rotom is very good for this deck because it allows you to get Durants out of your prizes with its power and mischievous trick. It says once during your turn, before you attack, you may switch one of your face-down prize cards with the top card of your deck, which is a very nice ability for getting back anything, or for getting any other cards you need right at the moment. And this attack Plasma Arrow could be useful for killing enemies, for killing stuff like Mewtwo EX, because it says choose one of your opponent's Pokemon and it does 20 damage for each energy attached to that Pokemon. So if Mewtwo EX has like 20 energy on it or something, then you can use that and kill them immediately, which could be useful, but I don't know. I think it's not. Attack is kind of useless. It has a weakness to Dark, Colorless Resistance, and one tree cost 60 HP. Next, there's Spiritomb. This is a card not many people run, but I think it's great in this deck. With its attack, Spooky Whirlwind, which says once during your turn, when you put Spiritomb from your hand onto your bench, you may use his power. Your opponent shuffles their hand into their deck and draws 6 cards, which could be really nice for basically what I call a late game donk, which is to, basically say if they had 7 cards left in their deck and they have 3 cards left in their hand, you can play Spiritomb and they shuffle their hand in their deck, so it's 13, then draw 6 cards, so it's 10 cards left and they draw 6 cards, so make it so they have 4 cards left in your deck, and then use Devour for the kill. So Spiritomb is definitely really good. It does help me out several times. Definitely should run it. Only 1 probably, because it's not so for Rotom. Another tidbit. Some people might run 2 because of its tendency to get prized a lot, which is annoying, especially when that and a Durant is prized. But that has only happened to me once. So Spiritomb, very good. Next is Weavile. I definitely believe Weavile is a superior card to Hypno, which is the more popular one, which can sleep Pokemon from the bench, but it's a really nice ability called Claw Snag, which is once during your turn, when you evolve him from your Sneasel, you can look at your opponent's hand and choose 1 card from it and discard it, which could be really nice if you, say, catcher up a, say, Electric, and then use Claw Snag to discard their Switch or their Double Colorless Energy or anything else they would use to retreat, like a Junk Arm or regular energy. And other than that, he does have another Psychic Resistance, which is nice, 80 HP, which is kind of sucky for stage 1, and a Fighting Weakness. And he has free retreat, so you can't catcher him up while he's sitting there on your bench doing nothing. And of course, Sneasel is your first form. He's a pretty solid attacker. And fun fact, he's actually a reprint of a older Sneasel, which was banned, but now that the format has gotten stronger, Sneasel has now gotten weaker, and they added a Fighting Weakness, which is good. Definitely recommend this one over the next Destiny Sneasel. And also, I only run 1 of each because basically what a normal setup will look like is a Durant in the active with 3 on the bench, and then most likely a Rotom. So you're only gonna have room for 1 of them, or you also want a room for Spiritomb. So only one because that does make it easier to get out, but I don't think you need it out that early because then you can use Twins earlier. And of course, Revive is to get out the Durants that I've discarded. Just puts a basic Pokemon from your hand to your bench, or from the discard pile to the bench. You definitely run 4 of those. Again, really stupid not to. A Crushing Hammer is great for stalling because flip a coin if heads, discard an energy attached to defending Pokemon. Again, just catch her up like an eel electric and then discard its energy once it's doing that. I run 3 of those. Some people may run 4 or 2, but I run 3 just because of that. And then Lost Remover, I run 2 of them just because Mewtwo EX is very popular and he runs on double Carlos energy. Well, I'll talk about tips later. But it says put 1 special energy card attached to the opponent's Pokemon in the Lost Zone, which again is nice for Mewtwo EX. 3 Catcher, don't have to explain that. 4 Junk Arm, don't have to explain that. I run 3 Level Ball because it says search your deck for 90 HP, a Pokemon with 90 HP or less, and if you couldn't tell, all the Pokemon in this deck run 90 HP or less, unless you're running Pokemon like Cobalion or Terrakion, which obviously don't. See Level Ball. I run 3 Pokegear, don't need to explain why, just to get out supporters quicker. And Elf Lithograph, this is a really nice card that says look at your face down prize card, so you can tell exactly where that Durant is if it's prized, and you throw in to get it out. You might think, oh, I can just run without it and then just keep doing Mr. Trick over and over again until you get it, but no, I swear, like 99% of the time, it's in the last prize card I check. It's just annoying, so definitely use this card. And you can also use it to just find resources that you might want later. Like, say, you need a catcher, so there's a catcher prize, and you're like, oh, I need that catcher, so use Mr. Trick for swap that, and, you know. I run 1 Super Scoop Up to pick up Spiritomb or Weavile, as well as also to heal your Durant if it's in bad condition. So, Super Scoop Up, a lot of people again would run 2, but I think 1 is good enough. I run 1 Switch, don't need to explain that, and Super Rod to get back Durants if they're in the discard or anything else. I run 3 Eviolite just for defense, and yeah, nothing to explain about that. It's just great, awesome card to run. I definitely run 4 Collectors because they can search your deck for 3 basics, and most likely you're going to start with the Durant. So if you use this, you'll automatically start with your whole Durant setup, unless you don't have energy. But yeah, it's a great card. Unless they're prized, then you can just search for Rotom as well. The only problem with it is that once you get out your Durants, maybe some other cards, then it's basically useless. So some people might want to run 3 because of that, but 4 just for the fast startup. Try running it with less, and it's just a big pain. 4 Junipers just to get those cards right when you need it. And you don't have to worry about getting decked because obviously your opponent's going to get decked. Sometimes I actually ran into situations where I almost got decked by using a Juniper, but still. Next is N because you're going to be behind on prizes all the time, so I run 2 of those. Next, the last supporter is Twins because again you're going to be behind on prizes, so you can search your deck for 2 cards basically anytime. I only run 3 because I had a lot of situations where I kept starting with them and that really bugged me, so that's why I only run 3 instead of the obvious 4. So, you know, some people may prefer run 4, but I personally do not. And next, obviously, Special Metal Energies. I run 4 of those just for defense. I run 3 Prism Energies just in case I want to use, you know, the Spiritombs or frickin' Rotom's attack, and then 3 basic energy. So yeah, that's the Durant deck. That's just in this big pile. Get out the Durants and then start talking. So I definitely think this is one of the top tier decks, possibly tier 1, maybe tier 2, or tier 1.5, just because you know, it's kind of it's kind of hard to survive in this EX dominated format. And Reshiflosion is starting to get a little more popular, so it's not going to be quite as useful and any Reshiram deck, really. So, yeah, Durant. Some tips I have for the deck. One thing you might want to consider is that, or not really consider, but a couple things to keep in mind is that I don't recommend trying to, like, say you have Super Scoop Up in your hand and the Durant's almost dead and you want to save it. I recommend actually save, or if it's the first prize card, let them take the first prize card and then do everything in your power to save them, because then you can start using Twins and Black Belt if you run it. So definitely keep that in mind, like especially if you have Twins in your hand. Next, against when you're fighting Mewtwo EX, definitely try to get rid of its energy as quick as possible. Don't think, oh, I'll wait for when it really need it. But no, once it gets to like 5 energy, you're gonna die unless obviously you stall. But you can't keep discarding their energy. They're just gonna You know, they're always going to have those energy after that, so that's a great idea. Also, another card you could run if there's a lot of Trainer Lock decks in your area, because Trainer Lock is not the best against Durant, or is really good against Durant, or it could be annoying against Durant, not really good. It's a card you can run is Flower Shot Lady, in case, because then you can't use Revives and Super Rod. Then you can get 3 Durants back in play, and then just use Collector the next turn to get them back out. But I don't really recommend that as much because Durant has really good odds against most Trainer Lock decks. Truth, it's like one of the best matchups in the entire game. It's just really, really good against the Truth. Against Chandelier, it's not quite as good, but it's still really favorable matchup just because those decks rely on twins, and obviously they can't use twins because you're not going to be knocking anything out. So what, yeah. Trying to think. No, so some people are in Black Belt. I don't really recommend that because, really, what can you kill with 70 damage other than other Durants? But that'd be pointless because they're not getting any prizes. Like, you can't kill it unless they're weak. Just you could kill Curum, I guess, or you could kill. It could be easier to kill. Yeah, like Mewtwo with Rotom or something. But I don't know. I just don't recommend it at all. It's just not good in my opinion in this deck. So yeah, I guess that's my analysis on the Durant deck. Not really analysis, but my list and strategies. Definitely recommend this deck. It's very annoying whenever people see me running it. They're just like, oh, Durant, really? It's because, yeah, I feel the pain of fighting a Durant deck. It's such a pain. It's just like, oh, there goes your Magnezone. Oh, there goes Mewtwo. And it's just like, yeah. So yeah, now that I've talked about Durant, I guess talk about States. It's coming out really soon. Should be watching this on Wednesday, and States start on the 10th of March and begin on the rest of March, Saturdays, so 17th and on. I'm going to be going 1 to the 10th and the 17th. So, yeah, just really excited for that tournament. Just make sure you go to one because I'll definitely be there, owning your face. And also can trade you awesome cards, because I have those. So, yes. States. Well, I guess, there's something else to talk about. Good luck at States if you're going to it. Good luck in any other tournament. Wish me good luck, because I'm going to need it with all the Reshiflosion in my area. See you guys next time for more deck analysis and possibly a report on States next week. Later.